Hi, I'm Turtle, and this is Should You Sovereign Bunny in AnimeRangersX. In this video, I'm going to be taking Bunny into the hardest stage in the game and see if she can solo. So it actually took me quite a long time to get my first bunny. I mean, grinding daily on the Easter event is not that easy, but I did manage to get 2 bunnies, so I'd say it was kind of worth it. Now everyone knows that getting rerolls is not an easy task in this game, especially since they're going to nerf not only evolutions, but evolved tiers as well. I mean, it's kind of cringe. I know they're trying to get money from us and all, but like, please, just let me grind rerolls, I beg. So this right here is the evolved bunny sovereign that I'm going to be taking into the Easter event. And oh, this is the gear we're looking at. The thing with Bunny is she's only 1 limit anyways, so if you want to get anyone with Sovereign, that's already given her points. But now let's look at these stats, oh my god, look at that, everything triple S, that is actually insane. Now I'm not gonna lie, I did have to grind a few weeks to get all the keys for this, but it was absolutely worth it. And these are her base stats right here. It's not as much damage as you'd think. If I compare her main damage to, say, this Broly, they're very similar. I can understand that the cooldown is 0.8, but just compare it to this guy right here. I mean, 3k 1.6, the starting stats are really not that impressive. The one thing that stands out for her, for me, is the speed. Having that 4.5 speed it's crazy, especially when she's a meta unit. Now Bunny does have a special passive, and that's to gain 2% speed per kill up to maximum plus 50. Now that's a lot of kills. In most stages, you're not going to get that many kills before you win, especially the Bunny stage having 2 enemies. Now the 20% stun, I wouldn't say that's that great when we look at her attack cooldown. Being 15 seconds for a 5-second stun, you're better off just taking Yuno into the stage and she'll stun for you. Now for those who don't know what Sovereign is, that is the 0.1% ultimate power trait. That trait gives Bunny a whopping 300% damage, 300% HP and 50% range. Now the lower spawn cap doesn't matter because Bunny is already a 1 placement. And for the curse, I have a 12% speed and 13% HP, just because she has one of the highest speeds as a secret in this game. Alright, now with everything out the way, I guess I'll see you inside the Easter event. Now this is the team that I'm going to be running to beat this event. You guys can use basically any DPS you want, evolved mythic or max level mythic, it doesn't really matter, as long as you have enough fodder to keep the bunny boss busy, so that you can keep summoning your main DPS. Alright, we are going to head straight in, just keeping autoplay on so all of our fodder units can keep spawning. Now as you can see, even compared to this epic unit with 4.2 speed, Bunny's rolling 4.5, and that's going to increase with every kill, which doesn't really matter so much in this stage, but it's still kind of worth it. Okay, so the fact that Bunny can already survive the basic attacks from the boss, that is kind of helpful, especially since the fodder now gets in front because of her range. Alright, so as you can see, even with Sovereign, without an upgrade, she's really not that strong. 18k HP, you'd be surprised, isn't that much. The boss is doing 2,500 every 5 seconds. I don't know. So far, I'd still say that a Gogeta or a Madara is a lot better than this, but let's upgrade her and see what happens. Alright, first upgrade, she gets nearly double her attack, and it seems double her HP, and she keeps the 0.8 cooldown. So, for 850, yeah, this is worth it. There we go, so when she spawns in, she'll have this new DPS, but she's still living on level 1. Alright, here she comes, she's coming back with her new stats. This is already so much better, basically double. Now, she's still not as good as my max Sovereign, even my Sovereign Sun Wu with no upgrades has better stats than this, which is actually kind of crazy. But we're going to upgrade her a bunch now to see how strong she gets before the bunny starts pushing. Alright, here we have upgrade 2. She gains 70,000 HP and goes up to 21,000 damage. Though she does go up to 2 cooldown, the DPS is still way higher. Alright, so next up she gains another 70k HP and only 10k damage this time for 4,000. Now on upgrade 4 she gets a new ability, Thunder's Magnum. As you can see, just her range on her second upgrade is this huge. And this is her third upgrade, but that range, 33 range, you can see just how ridiculous that is if I zoom out here. Yeah, I'm sorry, if you have fodder units holding off the boss, there's nothing that can kill her. Well, she even survived the ability, that's crazy, the 190k. Does she have resist? Oh, she has that 35% resistance. That just proves that these side stats that people think aren't worth it are really worth it. Alright, so her next upgrade gives her Thunder's Magnum. We're going to see how much of that does. Sadly, we can't see ability stats here on the upgrade screen, but when we spawn her in, we'll see the difference. So for now, she's doing 195,000, which, to put into perspective, is about 2% of the boss's health. But let's get her this upgrade. Boom! She has 235,000. That's a quarter of a million HP at level 82, 49,000 attack, and 2 cooldown. Now, until she dies, we can't see her ability damage, so we're just going to do one more upgrade here. And that's her final upgrade, 348,000 HP and 74,000 damage. Okay, when she dies here, I think we're just going to break the game. That is 90% of this guy's HP coming from the ability when she comes back. Alright, here she comes with her 400k HP, near enough. 669,000 ability damage. That is a 2-shot every 15 seconds to this bunny Issa. That is crazy. Okay, we have the second form here, 1.3 mil. Now, he has his fair amount of resistances, but... Okay, I didn't even notice the range. What? Okay, that was the ability. Look at the chunk that's missing. That was from one hit every 15 seconds. Bear in mind, we're just running a bunch of fodder here. All these units aren't really doing anything since the bunny's being held in place, and we're just being carried. Oh, look at that. I mean, if people were auto-upgrading Gogeta and Madara before, if you manage to pull Bunny from this event before it expires, it is 100% worth it to bring her in here with Sovereign. Just look at that. Okay, that's crazy. And I'm pretty sure these... Yeah, the fodder can finish her off. Wow, 348,000, and the line as well. The line AoE, if they released a harder stage with many enemies rather than just one big boss, then yeah, this unit stays on top. Those are actually some crazy stats. There we go. We got 104 eggs. If you want to grind this event, it would seem that she is 100% worth it. Now to ask the ultimate question. Should you Sovereign? Now, I think in this case, the answer is pretty simple. Yes, you absolutely should. If you have the spare rerolls, please use them on your bunny if you have one. And do not forget to get her Evo item before the event ends, or you might just be stuck with a bunny that can't evolve. Anyway, that's all for now. If you want to see more Should You Sovereign, just comment below, or any other ideas that you want to see from this game. I've been Turtle, and until next time, peace.